You are now tuned into the sounds of
Big Nate Sports Talk.
It's on all the time, anytime.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging by myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like home. Yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out.
You are now tuned in to Big Nate Sports Talk, the show that's on all the time, anytime. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for all content. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host, Nathan Snell. Bring your sports game with Big Nate Sports Talk.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host, Nathan Snell of Big Nate Sports Talk Podcast. Hope you're all having a great evening so far. Hope you're all staying safe. This is season 12, episode 4. In this episode, we are previewing the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Before we get into that, there's a few things I want to say up front. This video, and I just finished recording the Maryland Terrapins losing Penn State. Those videos will go live tomorrow. We'll have those live go about the afternoon. So by the time you'll see this episode, you'll see it in the afternoon. The WNBA mock draft and NFL mock draft videos also come out probably Monday and Tuesday, crossing fingers. And the rest of season 11 will be uploaded by the end of this week, as I stated in the previous episode. Monday Night Football, the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. After losing to the Minnesota Vikings and a homecoming that involved one Kirk Cousins, I'm not knowing what to expect going into this game. Philadelphia Eagles 8-0, we're 4-5. Philadelphia has beaten us as a team the last nine of 11 meetings against us. The last time they lost was at home back in 2016. We got trounced against them, which was 24-0. I don't know what to really expect, honestly. I feel like this is David versus Goliath. I mean, the Houston Texans kept up with them until the fourth quarter, but the Houston Texans have been the Houston Texans. I think the keys to a couple things you have to remember is Philadelphia is kind of built on defense and then running and then passing the ball. The biggest issue that I took from last time is that I'm hoping to see how I'll start with Philadelphia. I want to see how do they respond after playing against Houston Texans. Remember, they were at 1 halftime, 14 apiece, and they finally put the game away in the fourth quarter. I think Philadelphia has shown that they start off slow because I think they made a shot during the first quarter for their first 8 games. Washington did that, especially what Jacksonville did to them. So it's curious to see what they'll do. I think the key for Philadelphia to winning this game is not playing mistake-free. If you remember Thursday against the Texans, they had that fumble. That was the first one they lost all season. I think their stats are it's like a plus 15 turnover margin. I think that's the second best team is actually none other than yours truly, the Baltimore Ravens. They're going up against a defense that lacks in creating turnovers. The only team other than us that's struggling creating turnovers is the Las Vegas Raiders. So Jalen Hurts has not thrown an interception within this whole month. Miles Sanders, 6 touchdowns. Just curious to see what it looks like. I think that's the key. We all know Carson will not be in this game, so we all know the keys is Taylor Heineke after a very abysmal performance. Because I already have what my opinion on Taylor Heineke does not change. I think he's a good quarterback, but he's a backup quarterback. Again, yes, his starts have been okay. The one thing I've noticed is that he is a game manager. I understand that because if you remember, he was a starter last year, where he threw that game-losing interception. It was a crucial game 17, game 7. I'm so sorry. He threw it in the end zone. So there's some revenge on his mind. Taylor Lawson, is the only one questionable to play. A healthy offense. He does have leadership skills. He does show moxie, but it's just inconsistent. I still think that this is nothing to sneeze at. You got to be mistake free. Limiting turnovers is going to be the key for Washington. Philadelphia leads the league with 18 turnovers. That's the most since their actually 2015 season, which was I think they had 20 if I'm not mistaken. Philadelphia's had an extended week, so we all know that we're going to have our hands full with Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert, and those guys. The key is, for me, is you have to establish something early. I think you're hoping. I'm hoping to see there's a better matchup. I still think that out of the 3-game winning streak up until Minnesota, 2 of those wins honestly were not truthfully legit. And Minnesota, we didn't gain any momentum. We felt we lost by a field goal. And now I'm looking at how we're going to respond. And I think the keys are, like I said, limiting turnovers, establishing the run game early. When it shows and when it stays consistent, we can control the tempo and keep the game within reach. That obviously the loss 24-8 mattered at the time. Brian Robinson wasn't there in the first matchup. Chase Young's coming back. But remember, Chase Young's on a pitch count. So we really shouldn't be looking to him as much. Okay. I think another key. I think it's really important to get McLaurin and Curtis Samuel going as well. And then also, too, Taylor Heineke has to be ready. I think he's motivated to win this game. Because remember, as I stated, you're coming off a performance where you threw under 150 yards. He's been sacked 6 times. He has thrown 5 touchdowns for interceptions. Offensive line just has to do a little bit better at protecting him. So, I mean, coming into this game with number 21st ranked offense, and we're averaging about 323 yards per game. And then a Philadelphia defense that's top 5, top 3, that's allowing under 300 yards. So I think limiting turnovers, winning, establishing the run early, and then also, too, I think I would like to see some of the playbook mixed up. You got to take away somebody. I'm curious to see how they're going to match up against. Now that William Jackson III is out there, they've actually been playing better, the DBs, and I think that if you take away AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, example, how can you limit those RPOs? That's going to be good. You don't know RPOs, run pass option, because Philadelphia runs that. Most of the time, they will run it with either Miles Sanders or Jalen Hurts, number one. So if you think about it, that's something you also got to take into consideration. How do you limit that? I think you can have success against their front four. I know Big Baby Davis, I believe, will be out. So that changes some things. Because, I mean, Big Baby Davis, Jordan Davis, who I actually had as my Rookie of the Year candidate, I'm just so proud of I'm proud that he just blossomed, because there were a lot of questions of how he would be effective at this level. He definitely proved a lot of people wrong, because I know coming out of college, he definitely had a limited snap count, and his production did not match who he is as a player. Because, I mean, he played, between 15 and 25 snaps. We didn't see that at Georgia. So it's going to be curious to see what they're going to do. And then, I'm looking to see just Washington keeping it close. I do think that these guys are motivated, as I stated, as I repeated myself again. They're motivated to win this game. This will most likely be the last game you'll see Taylor Heineke starting, because Carson Wentz is going to be back soon. So, I mean, yes, Taylor's going to be a breath of fresh air. And we have to honestly, truthfully look at it like this. We're 4-5. We're still a playoff team with games that we've gotten lucky at winning. I can't see us honestly and truthfully winning this game, especially when you're facing a team that has coming off 10 days of rest, and also to the distractions that have occurred as well with this lawsuit by the DC District Attorney's Office, and Dan Snyder also now selling the team, and hearing other stuff. So right now it's just a circus right now with the Washington Commanders. But I will say that the Philadelphia Eagles will defeat the Washington Commanders 41-14.
Guaranteed.
Last subject of the evening, painfully.
Incoming message.
Thoughts are running through my mind, so I took some time to find a minute or two to organize them.
I hope each and every one of you have a great week, whether that's with work, school. Let's just make the week. Let's start the week off on a good start. Like I said, we're at least another week or so away from Thanksgiving. Then it's Christmas, and then before you know it, it's the New Year. So let's just continue to finish out the rest of this year, the rest of this month, and the rest of next month, the rest of this year out strong. And again, continue to do something for yourself. Take time for yourself. Check on loved ones. But more importantly, just take it one day at a time. It's about finishing the marathon. It's not about finishing the sprint. It's about finishing the marathon. That's my final message. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your host, Nathan Snell. Thank you so much for joining me in this episode, previewing the Monday Night Football matchup that I'm praying is not another Monday Night Massacre. I'm really hoping to not see that. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe. Be tuned to future episodes. Peace out.
Thank you for tuning in to Big Nate Sports Talk. If you enjoyed that episode and you want to see more content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bring your sports game on Big Nate Sports Talk. It's on all the time, anytime.
Thank you. And you help me retain my sanity. Thank you. I want to thank you. And I want to thank you. All I want to do is say thank you for everything you